All right, great Tuesday. Lord bless us with good weather. We really appreciate that. And great juice by our kids, great energy. Continuing to strive to improve. We got senior day this week, which is huge. We got a lot of older kids in this program that chose to stay through circumstances that, are really hard to put into words. When you think about your college experience as a kid and what you want it to look like, some of these older kids in this program, that's definitely not what any kid wants it to look like, what they had to go through to get to this point. We're continuing to build this program back. We played really good in all three phases last week, but we didn't play good enough to win. We're right there versus the kingpins of this league, and we got to make one more play in any area, and we win the game. That's a credit to Coastal and the program they've built over time, but we are pushing our program to get to that point too, and we're right there. We've got to fix the mistakes. We've got to keep recruiting and keep fixing issues that we're short in through development, through corrections, and through recruiting, and that's what we're striving to do. And we got a huge one this week with Senior Day with South Alabama coming in here, so we're excited about the opportunity.
Trey Love played very well, Coach. What was he able to do that gave him that edge Saturday?
Yeah, really proud of him. He's just a high-character human being that does everything right in the way he lives his life. And really, he just ran the offense. His eyes were correct, and he did exactly what he's supposed to do. And then he made a play or two, too. Like the scramble where he flipped it to Frank was just a great play. He made some throws in the pocket where the first third down conversion where he scrambled and found Brownlee. Like, those are two plays that come off to my mind where he made a play. And you need your quarterback to make a play to beat a great team. And then a lot of times, he just ran the offense. He went through his progressions. He checked it down to Frank one time for 9 yards. He would read an RPO right and throw it out there. He handed off the ball when it needed to be handed off on RPOs. He just really graded out high from an assignment standpoint, which allowed our offense to function. That's probably the first time since I've been here we were able to run our offense. You saw us attack in certain ways and then go to our counters. Go to our, punch, counter punch, if you will, and run our offense that we've been hoping to run since we got here. We were able to make adjustments in game. We came out the second half and drove it and scored to take the lead. And, it was a lot of fun, and hope he can continue to do it because I got a lot of respect for him.
And it is frustrating to lose like that. But, again, you're competing and going toe-to-toe now with top 25 teams your second year here.
Yeah, we would like to be further along. We would like to have more wins, but we're 5-5. We've played a really difficult schedule. There haven't been a lot of easy games on our schedule this year, and our kids battle. Our kids battle, and our kids represent this university the right way. We have some deficiencies. We know that in year two. We've been able to solve a lot of them. We got to continue to eliminate deficiencies through development, all right, and through correcting, and then through recruiting. And that's what we're striving to do every day and continue to push this program forward. That program right there at Coastal just beat us. Like 3 years ago, they were 5-7. You know what I'm saying? They were 5-7, and now 3 years later, they've won 11, and now they're 9-1. And so great programs aren't built like that. Great programs are built over time through consistency, and most all Group of 5 programs that are winning consistently have consistency at the top. We're going to have that here. We just got to keep going.
Coach, I know you don't have the crystal ball, but with the way Trey played, do you kick yourself a little for maybe not giving him a start earlier in the season?
Everything I do, I go through a process. I pray about, I think about, and you can live your life second guessing everything. You know what I'm saying? I probably wish I'd have proposed to my wife a little earlier too. Now that I know what an unbelievable wife she is, But you try to go through a process. You try to treat everybody the right way. You try to pray about your decisions. And you try to do what's right based off the information you have. Really proud of Trey. Trey's coming back from a horrible injury, an injury that, is very similar to what Kevin Durant had, that held him out a whole NBA season. And so it takes a while to come back and get yourself back, and he has battled and worked and gotten himself back and to becoming the player. He played the way we always thought he could play when we first got here. He had an unbelievable first spring, a great summer, and you can that game, he really played like what we saw when we first got here. We're just really proud of him.
After watching the film, what was kind of the deficiencies in the red zone there? Three trips to the red zone.
Yeah, well, we took 2 shots to Brownlee and didn't get those. We'd like to at least go 1 for 2 there. We had a power trap wide open through the middle, and Rambo kind of missed his cut right there. He should have walked right into the end zone. So that was 2 right there. And then, you know, first and goal from the 10, first and 11 from first and 10 from the 11 are the hardest situations in football. We were able to get down to the 5 one time. We took a shot to Brownlee, didn't get it. We're able to get down to the 2 one time and didn't get it in on 3rd down. And obviously, if we get one of those in, you know, we probably win the game. That was our deal on offense. We also dropped a pass that could have been big. And we ran out of bounds one time, or maybe if we stay in bounds, that would have been big. You know, offensively, defensively, and special teams, we also had opportunities too. But you know, when we were able to get it down in a first and goal situation inside the 7 or more, we were able to punch it in. You know, we practice it, we work it all the time. We just didn't make it happen. You know, we'd like to go 1 for 2 to Brownlee right there at least and score. You know, we had a run right there on Power Trap. It was wide open. Our O-line tight ends did a phenomenal job. We got to hit it and get it. Everything down there has got to be meticulous. You have to be right in every way because space is limited. And again, we got to keep going and keep getting better. That's something it's something all of a sudden we're not just addressing now. It's something we continue to address. When the field shrinks in the red zone, deficiencies are shown even more. And we got to continue to work around those.
Is it in those situations you really miss Janari Dean?
I don't know about that. You know, I mean, we'd love to have all our players that are hurt and aren't playing. You know, and maybe Janari gets it in right there, but you know, we just got to all do better. I got to, you know, we just, you know, everything.
And to bounce off that, so he was back at practice today. Can you kind of give an update on him?
Yeah, I think he'll be able to play this week. He's coming out of concussion protocol, which is obviously out of my hands. We defer to the medical people, but he looks like he's on track to play this week.
Coach, considerable shuffle on the offensive line for this game. Can you talk about your thoughts on how that worked out for y'all?
Yeah, I thought we played well. You know, thought we really played well. We had a few sacks that were coverage sacks where they did a great job in coverage too. You know, but man, I thought we played well. Gave us a chance to win. I thought the moves were good. I thought those 5 that started played extremely hard. Thought the other kids that got in played hard as well. You know, that's what Coach Gregg continues to harp on is effort and trust. You know, we can't be 5 pennies. We've got to be 1 nickel. You know what I'm saying? And I thought we were 1 nickel in that game, not just 5 individual pennies. And so it was good to see.
Coach, this week, South Alabama, is it sort of a sense of pride for this university? They've bested y'all, you know, 2 times in a row now, and Traylo, you know, his first outing last season in Mobile. Just talk about the importance of that.
Yeah, I mean, man, this whole league, I mean, we try to win every game, Dima. You know, we're trying to push this program forward. They beat us pretty good the first game last year. You know, they're way more advanced in their program than what we were at that point with what you know, what we were handed last year. We're in a much better situation this year. We've been competitive, you know, in every game but 1 this year. And that was not the case last year. We feel like we can play with people when we play well. And that's what we're concentrating on is playing well and continuing to improve. And we would like to send these seniors out on a good note because everything they've been through, they really deserve it.
Defensive front for South Alabama has been pretty good this year, specifically on your offensive end. What's going to take to move the ball consistently?
Yeah, you know, they got a lot of older guys that were inherited that were there when they got there. You know, Sheriff and Johnson and all those guys, like, man, those are good players and they're experienced. They've been there for a long time. They're a lot like, you know, I mean, they're older and they've played a lot and they've been playing a lot. So they're thick and they're strong. They do a good job holding point, and you know, I think they're good players, and we'll have to be, you know, on our P's and Q's to get it done.
Anything else?
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.